Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another evening of fantastic blood drinking entertainment over here at Folk&Myth. We appreciate you all being here. We appreciate you all being here for the first of our VtM 1 Bites, our little, our new series of one-shots. Now, these one-shots are all connected to the greater story, and in fact, they're going to be connected to each other. There's another one on June 9th that will directly follow this one, although it'll be with a different group of players. So we're going to explore the lives of other kindreds, even more people, and populate this city a little bit. And we have with us tonight a bunch of great players again. Some you may know, some you may not recognize from here before, but all are absolutely amazing, and we will get right into that momentarily. Big shout out to Raven Sarah, #1 mod. Thank you so much, Raven Sarah, for being here, being our friend, and everything that you do. Varl, if you're here, also our other mod, Varl, who's not always there, or I don't always notice him because he's kind of like a ninja. Thank you so much for you also. And my friends, the music we are listening to tonight is by Carl Casey. Mr. Casey, a fellow Canadian, has a vast library of awesome electronic sounds for you. Links should be in chat, and do check it out. Everything is free as long as you give him his proper due, which we're doing right now. Thank you so much to CG Danny B for the raid earlier, just before we even got started. So we really appreciate you coming in. This is a game of Vampire the Masquerade set in a world of darkness. It does address mature themes here and there. So please decide for yourself if that's something you want to watch or not. And with all that said and done, I believe it would be time. Oh, one more thing. If you would like to participate in the game, help out the players a little bit, you may, with a donation of bits. I forgot to change Ava's socials, and they're showing Darling Creepshow, who's another great person, but I will change them, Ava, as soon as I get a chance here. You can, with a donation of bit, help out the players. 200 bits, you can give the player of your choice a night move. For 500 bits, you can give every player a night move. They can use these 9 moves to get extra dice on roll, or to avoid messy criticals and bestial failures. And you can also help out the players by redeeming hails. And Ava, Kato is just giving you a hail, which gives you a night move. Please keep track of your own night moves, as I will not be able to do so. So thank you very much for that, Kato. I will change your thing here momentarily, Ava. But let us get going, and I will change it then as soon as I get a chance. All right. I know we tend to picture anarchs as a bunch of louts in leather jackets with bobby pin piercings and mohawks, sneers and grime, a squeegee handle protruding from their backpack. But as always, the truth bellies the fiction. I've known my share of them, and the only thing they have in common with each other is their rejection of the status quo. Now, they may not agree on what that looks like, but whatever is going on now is not to their liking. More than just street thugs, my experience has been that many are often sharp, radical thinkers who, while they may not have a ready-made answer for what ails the world around them, have at least given it some thought. As you know, I myself have long embraced the punk ethos, and this while serving in the most rigid structure to exist, that of the Tremere clan. But the vitality and vibrancy of the movement spoke to me from the moment I first heard the discordant sounds of punk music in England and heard the first calls to revolution. One does not need to break things to change them. But as one of the greatest anarchs ever, Saul Alinsky, once said, change means movement. Movement means friction. Only in the frictionless vacuum of a non-existent abstract world can movement or change occur without that abrasive friction of conflict. As I prepare to do something I've long thought about but never dared put into motion, I find myself contemplating those rebellious angels who stood up to the tyranny of the Lord, rejected his autocratic ways, and paid for this with the loss of heaven itself. How marvelous, how heroic, how poetic was their fall. And I take heart in this, for if you are to fall, may as well fall from the loftiest heights to the darkest depths. Or, as Milton put it, is this the region? This the soil, the clime, said then the lost archangel. This the seat that we must change for heaven, this mournful gloom for that celestial light. Be it so, since who now is sovereign can dispose and bid what shall be right. Farthest from him is best whom reason hath equalled, force hath made supreme above his equals. Farewell, happy fields, where joy forever dwells. Hail horrors, hail infernal world, and thou profoundest hell receive thy new possessor, one who brings a mind not to be changed by place or time. The mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven. My friend, I remain Regent Jacob Fletcher, Tremere Chantry, Montreal. The lot of you, having been bid, perhaps, by the Baron of the South Shore, the Anarch Baron of the South Shore, Leone, to travel to Montreal and there look for a certain Bruja named Turk. There was recently an exodus, at least in Montreal, but perhaps in the wider Camarilla, of the Bruja who have abandoned the sect and have moved to join the Anarchs, which they helped found back in the day. This has caused Leonie no end of trouble with the sudden influx of Bruja, some of which are a little older and quite rambunctious, into the South Shore. Her go-to for negotiations in these times is a Bruja named Turk, and he's been missing now for a few weeks. Operating out of Vincent Violet's cabaret, his speakeasy, a lot of you have formed a bit of a reputation as people who are inquisitive and have the skills necessary to investigate certain matters discreetly, perhaps. And so you have been asked very directly by Leonie itself, in fact, so directly that she requested that Vincent himself join this little investigation, as she seems to be very much on edge, seems to feel that times are indeed a-changing and are indeed, well, perhaps balancing on a bit of a knife's edge. You can see how nervous she is. You can see that she really, really needs Turk found. You don't have a lot to go on, but she's told you that perhaps the place to start is a bar called Puffs, or Faufuns Electriques, which is a punk bar in Montreal, and to look for a gangrel anarch recruiter there named Theo. As you all make your way onto the island itself, you are not without being aware of a certain tradition among the anarchs of the South Shore. Since you are technically not allowed to feed on the island of Montreal except for a very narrow strip of the downtown core called the Rack, there is this tradition of thumbing your nose at this rule. And it is, as I said, tradition to take a bite as soon as you get on the island, just to show that while you may be polite and not seek to break anything in someone else's home, namely the prince's home, you're not going to bend the neck or the knee to her. And so, as you all make your way separately towards the Faufuns Electriques tonight, give us a little look into how you feed. Tell us a little bit about an encounter that you have on the way there that allows you to slake your thirst and to count coup against the Camarilla. As your patron and the Charlie to your dark angels. I will nominate Vincent to begin. And Vincent, once you have told us about your feeding, please select somebody else to go after you.
When Vincent Violent is inclined to feed outside his sanctuary, the sacred hush of the Violet Room is replaced by the grits and flicker of the rack. It is not something he does willingly. It's tradition. It is not artistry, and for that, it's nearly a sin. Still, even in tradition's sake, Vincent cannot help but treat the act with a particular brand of haunted grace. He is not a brute. He is not a bruja. He is a maestro out of place, forced to play his music with broken instruments beneath dim street lamps and the breath of alley steam. Now, before he feeds, Vincent listens. He walks the night like a shadow stitched in velvet. He doesn't stalk in a predatory sense. Rather, he senses, drawn like a moth to emotional flame. He follows the psychic dissonance of broken hearts and buried rage, his aspect reaching through the urban din like a tuning fork seeking resonance. He does not choose victims at random. Instead, he finds the lonely, one who lingers too long outside of a bar or cries quietly in the stairwell or walks an empty street with heavy steps and haunted eyes. He gravitates towards them, the artist, the addicts, the night shift ghost, those with rich, unraveled emotions. And when he approaches one such victim, Vincent never pretends to be human. He is something other, and he lets the glamour of presence blur the edges of what he is. His voice, even in casual conversation, carries a lilt that makes strangers forget what they were even sad about, and then they remember it all at once. He speaks gently. He listens with unusual intensity. He becomes, for a brief moment, exactly the person they need. A stranger who understands, a mirror that reflects their pain, not with pity, but with empathy. He offers them a cigarette, a line of poetry, a line of a song. Then he slowly asks, May I show you something beautiful? They say yes, even if they don't understand why. It's never violent. Vincent draws them into some alcove, some courtyard of shadow. There's always something theatrical about it, even in the filth. He often hums an old, unplaceable lullaby while he feeds. His kiss is light, practiced, mournful. And then the tide crashes. With each pulse of blood, the emotions come, like being struck by a memory not his own, a heartache, a beating, a love letter never delivered, a love note never read. Sometimes he gasps. Sometimes he weeps. Sometimes he simply shudders and holds them a little longer. He never takes too much. Just enough. Always enough to remember. But when he finishes, he often hums again to soothe them, to seal the moment. Sometimes he sings them a full verse, words meant just for them. And then he leaves, a ghost, a dream, a sin forgiven in velvet. Usually after this point, he would find a bench or rooftop to sit with this memory, sketch it out in some lyric notebook, a name, a feeling, a phrase like I should have called him back. These fragments become his songs as a toreador, his power, his burden. And then he goes to seek out his comrades. Now that the tradition is fulfilled, he looks forward to finding this contact, getting to the bottom of this secret he wishes he could get rid of.
Who would you like to pass it to?
Vincent's thoughts will tend towards Parrish, wondering where he is.
Parrish is very different from Vincent. Vincent is an artist. Parrish. Parrish is something else. When Parrish walks the streets of Montreal, people tend not to notice them. If they linger a little too long, they start to feel kind of an unsettling feeling wash over him. And some of that is just that he is the kind of person, he looks like the kind of person that you would want to watch out for on the streets. He has fairly large build, muscular, but there is kind of a pastiness to his pale complexion, like he is just endlessly sweating a little bit. There are dark circles under his eyes. Parrish always kind of looks like he is in the middle of going through withdrawal, and he carries himself in that way. Parrish, as he walks the streets, is more deliberate. He's keeping an eye out, looking around for what looks like a very specific situation, and his step pauses just a fraction of a second as he approaches one of the many Montreal dive bars on his way to meeting up with the rest of his coterie. He watches as a man and a woman, maybe mid-20s, stumble out of the establishment. The man carrying himself a lot more steadily than the woman that he is holding by the arm, maybe a little too tightly. But Parrish doesn't intervene, at least not right away. He follows them for one block, another block. He waits until her steps grow so unsteady that the man is not able to keep pulling her along. And as the man approaches the door of some alley apartment building, fumbling to get his key out, barely holding the woman up, that's when Parrish strikes. At the opportune moment, as the man is fumbling with his keys. And it's fast. It's quick. There is no art to it. Again, in contrast to Vincent. His hand goes to the back of the man's head, slams it against the door, lets him fall to the ground. Unconscious, dazed. It's not really clear. But in the same motion, he covers the woman's mouth. And she looks at him with these sort of wide, panicked eyes that then go still when they meet Parrish's. And he says, in what he thinks is a steady voice, but is shakier than he imagines, Don't worry. Everything's gonna be okay. You're never gonna see him again. And you won't remember this. And then his teeth find purchase in her neck. And he doesn't feed to fullness. Parrish never feeds to fullness, because that would be giving in. And Parrish will never do that. And he lets the woman slide down the door, turns to the man, and a few short minutes later makes his way out of the alley, continuing on to where he's meeting the rest of his coterie. pulling a rag out of his pocket and cleaning his hands as he goes.
Who would you like to see go next?
I think Parrish has always been curious about how Mara feeds.
Mora likes to put in the research. And in her dreams and on her favorite days, the research looks like going into the library and reading old books. But when it comes to meals, generally the research looks like going online these days. Today, Mora has found a housing group where a young woman has posted that unfortunately her roommate had to go home due to family circumstances, and she is urgently looking for a replacement. In the post, the woman details the dishwasher, the AC, the general region where she lives, and she does not suspect a thing when a young woman with a beautiful profile picture comments asking for more details. She wants to know, of course, the specific location because she wants to gauge her commute, that sort of thing. This young woman with the lovely profile picture DMs back and forth for a time with the woman who put up this ad and receives the details, the exact location of this apartment where a woman lives alone. And so, later that evening, the woman shows up at the apartment. She does not look like she did in the profile picture. No, that would be, well, Mora is not pleasant to look at these days. She is all of the wrong angles, wrinkled and bony and pale. And the lovely profile picture, no, that is not who we see tonight. She knocks upon the door of this young woman who lives alone, and the woman answers. What follows is efficient. It is not something that Mora dwells on. It is quick, it is clean, and it is done before the woman can really process what has just occurred. There was a knock in the night. She opened the door, and someone showed up and left. She vanishes before the woman can really process what has happened and how this has happened to her, and Mora retreats into the shadows where she will not be seen or noticed, and no one will take a glance at this face for too long. She likes the research. The hunger she likes less, and she tries to get it over with. An unfortunate part of what has ultimately been a rather fortunate arrangement for her, all things considered. And she does not dwell. And she is excited for the upcoming research she will be doing on this missing Anarch. And I think she thinks of Claudia.
It's always a cheating husband. Most of her clients, it is always trying to find the truth behind a husband staying home late, staying at work late, going to gym more often, taking vacations that seem to be outside the norm. And that's where Claudia comes in. Similar to Mora, she likes to do her research, but it's in the stalking, the watching, in finding the details that she really loves, in seeking out the truth for her clients. And when she does a good job, the clients tend to stay in one way or another, whether they want a companionship over reading cards,
and then disappears into the night. The night is a cruel mistress. Sometimes feeds on those who would go about and feed on it. We do not know when madamava will return. We do not know if she will return. We hope she will. But in the meantime, we will give Ava an opportunity to keep her little story going when she returns. But for now, I do want to address a little thing. Parrish and Vincent. Something strange occurred when you fed them. You drank and drank and drank, but the vitae you were sipping from had this strange empty quality to it. Almost like drinking wine that has been watered down. You've perhaps on occasion had to feed on animals or from a blood sac. That blood is never quite as satisfying as that which comes directly from a living human. And this blood had a somewhat similar quality. And as you drank, you felt yourself be somewhat unsatisfied. So I'm going to ask each of you, even though you don't normally do this, I'm going to ask each of you to do a rouse check. Dear Helena Handbasket, no, it is not set in the 80s. It is actually taking place right now in Montreal. It's just my particular aesthetic tonight is 80s.
Bleak is set in the 80s.
I'm set in the 80s.
So you cut out very briefly. Am I also making this roll? Or is it just those
No,
two?
just Parrish and Vincent.
Great.
Ah,
Cool.
the wonderful Madame
there.
has returned. Give us one moment, Ava. I started something with two of the others. We'll get right back to you, and you can pick up your tale where you left off.
Yeah.
If either of you need help doing the rouse check, let me know, but it should just tell you whether you passed or failed.
Yeah, I failed.
You
Failed.
You
No
failed
success.
also?
No success.
You feel almost hungrier after having fed than you were before you fed. Now, time's a bit of the essence and you're not starving, so you don't really have time to stop for another bite. You continue on your way to the club, but you somehow feel that something was off with your chosen victims of the night. Thank you, Varl B. Gem, giving everyone a night move, and I believe Kato also gave a hail to somebody else, a second hail a little bit earlier. I know Claudia and I'll look back, but Helena Handbasket gave away a couple of hails earlier. Varl will keep track of that. Yeah, so whoever Varl, whoever the two players are, yeah, Mara and Claudia have 2 night moves, and Parrish and Vincent have 1. In fact, everyone's got 1 more now because Varl BGM gave everyone an extra. Madam Ava, would you please continue regaling us with your stories of fine dining in Montreal?
Of course. She never feeds off of those she is getting information on. She feeds off of those who have sought out justice from her. Tonight, Lucien was a repeat client. Cheating husband, but lo and behold, a cheating husband with a lover who wanted her off. So even more work for her. So tonight she meets Lucien in a small park under the cover of dense trees. She slips a file, gives her sorrows, her soft words to this poor, poor woman who just doesn't understand why. And as she offers herself to give an embrace, Lucienne leans forward, her neck exposed, and feeling the satisfaction of someone who is in awe of her, someone who is indebted to her, someone who will always come back to her. She slips her fangs, takes one drink, and then brushes her cheek as they go about their separate ways. It's always a cheating husband, but I guess tonight it's a missing Anarch. So I guess we'll try to find some truth tonight as she goes to find her companions.
The four of you arrive in time at Funds Electric, which is a name that means the electric butt cheeks. An institution in Montreal of the punk, rock, and alternative scene. The place is a bar, a restaurant, a show club. It has DJs, it has a terrace outside. It is a place where all those who frequent the street or would like to think that they gather to celebrate things, music, art that is a little bit more outside the norms of what polite society would consider acceptable, and that is just how people like it. You've been there. Excellent. You all four of you arrive and meet up at the front there where the gates are, knowing that you are looking for a gangrel Anarch recruiter named Theo. Let's go ahead and let's have everyone give me a roll. Give me a charisma plus streetwise roll.
I got 5 successes.
Did any of the red dice return a little skull or a little onk?
One of them has the little ankh.
And do you have... Okay. And do you have a... is it the red die that's a little onk? With the pips or without the pips?
The red one does not have the pips.
Excellent. Everybody else?
1 success, 1 ankh.
I got 6 successes, and 1 is the red ankh.
Ooh. And Ava? You are muted, unfortunately.
2 successes, and the red does not have the ankh.
All right, so both Mora and Vincent have heard of Theo. However, Vincent, your roll returned a messy critical, which means that you succeeded the roll, but something terrible also happens. So you have an option here. You can, if you want, spend one of your 9 moves to negate the messy critical, and you will just simply have a success. Or you can just YOLO.
I think we're early in the game. Let's go ahead and go with the YOLO.
All right. Not only do you know Theo, but you have a history with Theo. You have a very, very terrible, not good at all history with Theo. The things that happened between you that led to this state of affairs are for you and Theo to know. However, you know without a doubt that the only thing in the world that Theo is bound to be less interested in seeing tonight than you is sunrise. And so it is with some trepidation that you approach the bar. You yourself, Mara, have also met Theo on occasion. He is a steadfast supporter of the Anarchs, a steadfast supporter of Leonie. He usually hangs out here. He's quite accepted out here, and he's someone who simply hangs out and tries to convince younger kindred or newer kindred to give flipping the bird to the establishment a shot. He's a fairly gregarious sort, and you know him to be a fairly likable fellow. The four of you gather then, as I was saying, in front of the gates leading to the Fuflins. Do any of you wish to do or say anything before you all walk in there?
I think from just the way that Parrish is walking up, it's clear that he's agitated. He's kind of like rubbing at the back of his neck a lot, and he's looking around a lot more rapidly, and his eyebrows are just sort of like furrowed in displeasure.
Parrish, you good?
Yeah. Just a weird feed, I guess.
Yikes.
It happens.
So yeah, something. Don't know, but I'm fine. I'm good.
You're
Okay.
actually not fine. You're having memories of being human and eating something that didn't sit right with you. Same thing with you, Vincent. If you were human, you'd probably be sweating a little bit. You're having, feeling a little lightheaded and feeling a little low energy. If you can imagine what a deficiency in iron would feel like, a huge dip in iron, a sudden dip in iron in your blood, this is what it would kind of feel like.
You know, Parrish, I'm not really feeling myself either. Perhaps the gleeful sounds of techno music and the slapping will help us. I'll try to be as quiet as I can and try to keep the anguish off my face and put a good half smile as I slowly creep up these stairs while not trying to roll my eyes too much. And keeping my stomach and or what's left of it in tune.
You walk past the tall gates and into the small courtyard that leads to the bar. Plastic tables and chairs are scattered around. Strings of multicolored lights dangle between trees and metal poles. Street art covers every inch of exposed wall. You climb the metal stairs, push open the heavy graffiti-scrawled door, and step into the dim red glow of the bar. The music hits you first, raw, distorted guitars and sneering vocals echoing through the space, courtesy of the DJ tucked into a corner booth, half shrouded in shadows. It's a quiet night, but that's part of the charm. No big show, no packed pit. Just the steady pulse of punk rock and the low hum of conversations drifting between bar stools and battered booths. The place smells like spilled beer, old paint, leather, and sweat. Familiar, comforting, like a basement show that never quite ended. Walls are covered in decades of stickers, posters, band names scrawled in Sharpie, and some surprisingly good mural art in the back near the bathrooms. Every inch of the space feels worn in, lived in, like it remembers everyone who's ever sought refuge here. Around you, regulars lean into each other, swapping stories, clinking glasses, arguing over which era of punk actually matters. There's no posturing here, no VIP section, just people, punks, queers, artists, weirdos, the broken and the bold, finding warmth and welcome in the shared language of music, attitude, and survival. It's not about being seen, it's about belonging. Even on a quiet night like this, the bar feels like a sanctuary. It's loud in spirit, even when the crowd is small. You don't need to explain yourself here, you just exist. And somehow, that's enough. What do you do?
I suppose I'll start looking around for Theo. I've met him before. I guess I'll give a description of him briefly to the others who may not have, and start looking around.
Anyone want to do anything specific? Use a power, use a skill, go talk to anyone in
Right, we
particular?
have those.
Vincent will find that one busted up chair that last time he was here he sat in, and if he knows Theo, Theo will find him. So he was just going to take a seat.
Not a problem.
I think it's maybe half because of the weird feeling and the unsatisfying feed. I think more than a conscious effort, it just sort of happens automatically. I think Parrish, if I can roll heightened senses.
Yeah, I don't believe you need to make a roll for that. I think it just happens.
Oh, okay. It says what's resolve on the...
Sorry?
It says what's resolve on Demiplane, but that's...
Oh, okay, wits plus resolve. Yeah, that's... Okay, so you will do the roll if there is something specific that you need to kind of pick up, but you can just tell me that you have them on and you're checking around, and I will call on you if there's anything.
Yeah, I think he's just sort of hyper fixating on hearing people's pulses and smelling the various smells of foofs, and yeah, I guess if he finds anything weird in that, then let me know. But generally, he's just more aware than usual.
The layers of smells in this place, the thrumming bass of the music, the conversations, the clinking of glasses and bars, the door clanking, the sound of heavy boots, Doc Martens and what have you, is clamping around, just envelops you as you turn on your heightened senses. And you find that as you do this, it enhances the sense of vertigo that you've been feeling a little bit. However, as that washes over you, you start to feel like you're feeling a little better. Like whatever you had is starting to pass as you sit there. And same thing with you, Adrian. Both of you are like, it's that moment when, you know, the cramps have subsided and the sweats are starting to calm down a little bit, and you're like, whew, that was weird, but I'm probably going to be okay now. Ava.
I think Claudia's just going to stay posted at the bar right now and just, with the description from Mara, kind of just keep her ear out for the name Theo and see if maybe she can just spot him in the crowd, just observing.
As you are either sitting around waiting for the world to deliver Theo to you, or looking about the place, Mora, you spot over in one corner someone that you know in passing, a Nosferatu, also the only other kindred that you can see in the place right now. She's not easy to miss. She is sitting in a corner as her legs up on the chair next to hers. She's wearing this fedora at a very jaunty angle, and she's got these pants with these suspenders on, and this ancient, like 1920s style, very kind of baggy white men's shirt with that stiff, thick collar and a tie. You know that this is Solange. Solange is a Nosferatu who lives in Montreal and has this strange affectation for 1920s and 30s detective stories, and kind of sees herself as one of those. She's a bit of a kindred spirit in what she likes to do. And when she sees you, she tips her hat at you.
I nod my head and walk over to approach her. Solange, I didn't figure this was your scene.
She looks up at you takes you in and says, "She came into my office, walking slinkily. She had more curves than the Nile." She pushes the chair that her feet are on towards you, and it slides across the floor and stops right in front of you. "Grab a seat, doll."
I haven't. Well, I think my femme fatale days are long over. I will take a seat. No, sit across.
"You have that look about your eyes, honey, like you're desperately looking for something."
I don't know about desperate yet, but I'm certainly looking.
"No. And what is it that your dainty little heart so desires on this fine night?"
Well, firstly, have you seen Theo around here?
"Theo. I have, actually. He was just about not too long ago." "May I be so bold as to ask why you're looking for Theo?"
Do I trust Solange? Do I not know? Like, are we friends?
Yeah, it's fine.
what's the
She's a
vibe?
Nosferatu. The Nosferatu
Okay.
tend to have fairly open lines of communication amongst themselves,
Sure.
even across sex to a certain degree.
I'm looking for Theo. He's supposed to help us find Turk, who is missing.
Oh, well. I might just have some information for you.
Oh, good. I'm so glad I sat down with my long legs and my, I don't know, what else did you say? It was fun.
Your enticing curves.
Yes, of course.
I happen to know where Turk was last seen. You're not going to like it, but I do know. Now, I'm wondering, if I show you mine, would you show me yours?
What are you looking for? Desperately.
Oh, desperation. There's a stench about it, and it's not part of my my personal palette. But you are coming in from the South Shore, are you not?
Yes.
Well, riddle me this then. And as she leans into you, over at the bar, Claudia, the bartender, a man with probably more tattoos than sense, but an easy smile and a very friendly demeanor, comes over, whipping a rag over his shoulder, and goes, "What can I get you?"
Shit, now I need to think of drinks.
Would you like me
Whiskey
to
on
come
the
back
rocks.
later?
Nah, whiskey on the rocks. It may be that type of night.
It's always that type of night. Reaches over and gets you set up. I don't think I've seen you around here before. It's your first time?
First time here, but I've heard good things, or I suppose not so great things.
Matter of perspective. Depends on who you ask, I guess. I'm just asking because I don't think I would peg you for a lover of loud rock music.
Funny thing is, no, I'm not. My husband is, so I have an appreciation of it.
Oh. You came at a fine night because the DJ tonight, one of the best that we have. You should be getting a good mix of classics. And by classics, I don't mean Stravinsky and
Of
the
course.
rest of those guys, but and some of the new stuff too. Did I see you walking in with those two fellas over there? pointing over at Vincent and Parrish.
Why, yes, you did.
He leans in towards you and says, I think there's someone in the back that would like to speak with them. And you. I'm just wondering if you want me to ask them to come up front or if you want to step out back.
We can step out back. I can get my others.
Why don't you go and get your friends then, and come back and nod at me when you're ready, and I'll show you back there.
Sounds good. She'll slap the money down and go get her coterie.
You walk back towards them. You notice that in the corner, Mora is talking to somebody else that you sniff out as a vampire. Just in case I hadn't mentioned, a lot of vampires in my world too kind of automatically know if somebody else is a vampire unless they're way older than you and are actively masking themselves. You can also tell when someone's a ghoul unless it's been way too long since they've fed. Just so you know. Also, another thing that I allow my vampires to do is drink and eat and have sex without worrying about rouse checks, because what's the point of living eternally if you can't eat, drink, and fun? That's kind of how I live. You see Vincent and Parrish, CLAUDIA coming back towards you.
Apparently we have someone expecting us.
Vincent will slowly get up from his seat and will start dancing with CLAUDIA to the music. Just like, is that a fact? Someone's waiting for us?
Yeah.
I guess I'll get Mara.
Where do you think you're going, Parrish? Come on. Get a feel.
Go, white boy, go.
Gotta just enjoy the music. Gotta enjoy enjoy the dance while the song is playing, my friend.
This is your show.
Oh. Fine, I'll just dance with CLAUDIA till we're ready.
Wouldn't want to steal your spotlight.
You head towards Mara, who's at the table with Solange. Solange, who's leaning towards you, Mara, and says, I've heard tell that there's a Sabbat pack running around Montreal. And oddly enough, it has something to do with your missing friend. I'm just wondering if you had caught whiff of them on the South Shore, because I was trailing him up here, but I lost him recently. I can't imagine they've gone too far. I would imagine that they've skipped either to the north or the south, and so since you are here, I thought I'd ask you if you've seen hide or hair of them.
Is this something I've heard of, or no?
You have not heard or seen anything about this.
I unfortunately have to tell you that I guess fortunately, in some senses, have not run into them on the South Shore. Nasty business.
Would you promise me to keep an eye out, and if you do hear or see anything, get back to me? In exchange for my information.
That I can. Of course.
Parrish, you arrived just at this moment, by the way, so you can sort of hear and along the conversation too. My Brutus the Barber Beefcake is here.
Parrish, I think we'll ignore this comment, but we'll kind of like lean down on the table and give Mora a look.
Mora shrugs.
Oh, are we making promises?
Just to keep an eye out. My friend Solange here has some information about Turk.
I do. Your friend Turk was last seen a few months ago in the East End with the aforementioned Sabbat pack that's now gone missing. Turk has not been seen or heard of since.
Well, thank you for sharing. Seems I will be keeping an eye out.
I imagined you would.
Did you hear this or did you see it?
It's been reported by several sources I trust. There was a few months ago in the East End, as you're well aware, there are, she looks around, people who do not like us very much and are very adept at finding us and killing us around town these days. They've been quiet since the metro incident, but a few months ago in the East End where the refineries are, there was a bit of an altercation, and from what I've been able to uncover, a group of them stumbled upon a Sabbat pack that was trying to infiltrate the city. There was a bit of a pitched battle, and the Sabbat pack limped away, found a place to hide, and were later met by Turk and then disappeared into thin air. Which brings me to the other point. You should be careful if you are gallivanting about town. These hunters, they're a group called Aegis. They have eyes and ears everywhere, and they are on the prowl, so I would strongly suggest you be as discreet as possible.
You know, it's kind of funny. I haven't seen him on the South Shore.
Well, I assume that
We appreciate the warning.
You cut off her witty retort, and she kind of gives you a bit of a side eye, but nonetheless. Well, if you hear anything, keep me in mind.
We will. Thank you. Parrish.
We're gonna get some air.
Love air. Big fan. Thank you.
A lot of you gather back, and as you are waiting for the bartender to come and fetch you, you have a few moments if you want to share information.
So Mora's friends know something.
Yes. Solange reported that Turk was last seen a few months ago on the east side getting tangled up with the Sabbat. Fun.
Always the reliable Nosferatu.
That doesn't sound good.
No, I would agree it sounds bad. But, I mean, also kind of interesting, frankly. I have not met any of them, and, well, I don't really want to, but I also do. You know how it is.
Turk has a lot of friends.
More friends than enemies?
These days, who knows?
Let's hope.
She said that he was hiding from hunters.
Yes. She also issued a very kind warning that people want us dead. Yes.
Well, that's
Not
always
new,
a given.
but nice to have a reminder.
A reminder of discretion?
Yes.
Folks ready to go?
Yes.
Yes, lead the way.
Proceed.
Right, this way. The bartender takes you around through the back. You go into the area where the dance floor is, and he climbs up to the second floor. As you walk down this hall, you see a couple of ghouls hanging out. A couple of they look like bouncers from the place, but they're very obviously ghouls. And in one of the offices in the back, you hear someone talking on the phone. Something that doesn't seem to be of too much importance. But as you approach, this person hangs up the phone, and you see, for those of you who know him, Theo, sitting behind the manager's desk. He's got his cowboy booted feet up on the desk, and he's hanging up the phone. He's got a cigar burning, in an ashtray in front of him, and he's got a big can of Budweiser open in front of him. Hey, come on in. Maura, nice to see you again. Vincent, what the fuck are you doing in my club?
Nice to see you, Theo.
Nice to see you again, Theodore. Is it Theodore? I don't remember.
Theo, my god.
Oh, of course.
What are you doing here?
We need your help. We need knowledge. And unfortunately, that led us to you. So.
Y'all still hanging out with this? Well, I'm gonna choose my words carefully.
The furniture's better.
Bastard.
So's the DJ. You come on
The clients
by.
like the atmosphere of his club.
Are we gonna have this? Are we gonna be having this discussion again?
No. I'm here on a message of peace. I will pass an olive branch, and he will attempt to. Is there a Budweiser? He's like, ooh, I will try to be political.
You grab
yes.
the Budweiser.
Yes. He'll sit, and I'll let his associates be more political than him.
Just don't spit it all over the place like you did last time. And as you take a drink of the Budweiser, you feel your gorge rise, and you try so hard to hold it in, but you can't. And you find yourself spewing blood. You start spewing blood all over the place. It's just coming out of you. Everyone kind of panics and backs off. What the fuck are you doing?
Well,
We're switching drinks. Have the whiskey, please.
What was that?
Fuck is wrong with you?
I know what you say about American beer. It's not that bad.
And as you say that, Parrish, you feel the exact same thing. Your gorge rises up, and you turn around just in time to avoid spraying everyone, and you just start shooting blood out of your mouth. It's just coming out like power fucking jet. Just splashing all over the place. I'm going to ask everyone in the room to make a rouse check, please.
like to say with mind splatters, it's artistic. Like, just leave it. It's worth something.
No successes.
No success.
No success.
You get hunger. The unfortunate side effect for you and Vincent right now, Parrish. Did you get a success, Parrish?
No.
No? All right. Vincent?
Oh, I get to roll another one.
Rouse
Oh,
check also,
sorry.
please.
Please. No successes.
No successes. Your
Great work.
hunger increases as a whole bunch of blood spills. The smell of kindred blood now fills the room. Everyone's panicking. But as you look at Theo and some of the others, you see something different in their eyes. You see a reaction. They've seen this. And Theo's like, oh, holy fuck. Are you fuckers infected? Did you fucking bring the plague in here? Get the fuck out of the office. Get the fuck out of the
I'm
office
throwing it
now.
on his face. I'm like hitting
The
him.
what?
Get
Huh?
the fuck out of here. And the ghouls are kind of moving in, and
fresh air, big fan. Let's go. Okay.
they start pulling you out.
Come on.
Both Vincent and Parrish, you're feeling again lightheaded. You're feeling kind of weak, as if like the blood is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Get them the fuck out of here. They're infected. And as he's yelling that out, the ghouls are like, Jesus fucking Christ, where'd you get it? And they start pulling you out, and they're taking you out through the back, and they open a door, and you find yourself on the fire escape on a little kind of a metal railing balcony on the second floor of this place, overlooking the parking lot, with the metal fire escape at your feet. And they cram you in on there, and you can tell that they're like kind of fucking really on edge about it, and they're shoving you and they're pushing you out.
I don't think Parrish is accustomed to leaving unless Parrish wants to. So
What does Parrish do? You are free to tell me that you want to do something about this. Just go ahead and let me
Absolutely.
know.
I think that when they shove us out on the fire escape and they start to close the door, Parrish is gonna stop that. He's gonna catch the edge of the door.
Not a problem. You reach out,
I'll
you
make
grab
a
it.
roll. Yeah, if I need to be stronger than these ghouls, I'll make a roll if you want me to. But
Yeah, you're gonna need to do a relentless grasp. So go ahead and give me a rouse check.
absolutely.
Please succeed.
Fingers crossed.
Victoria.
Statistically, it's got to happen. That is a success, not no onks or anything. Or
Unfortunately, the byproduct of what you're suffering from means that your rouse checks are now made at disadvantage. So if you have succeeded, you must roll again.
okay,
Take the second roll. Take the result of the second roll.
okay, that one better. Well, yeah, onk.
That's fine. It just needs to pass or fail for a rouse
Okay.
check.
Yes.
As you reach out and call upon your blood for that extra strength that it gives you, it almost feels like kind of when a car won't start at first. Like you're like, what the? And then you really kind of have to like reach inside and sort of force your blood to surge in order to like feel that strength that fills you up. And then all of a sudden, droof, it just sort of fills you up and you reach out and you grab the door. And the two ghouls are like trying to pull it and they're not even making, and you could just easily like pull it open if you want. You don't have to, you were holding it there for now, but if you want, you can just kind of jam it open, no problem.
Yeah, I think I'll hold it for a little bit and I'll like lean in closer to the ghouls, just like kind of breathing in their faces, getting up close and say, seems like you want us to leave, but you didn't say please.
Man, just don't bite us, man. Just don't bite us. And you can see them kind of backing away, and Theo's coming down the corridor and is like, you gotta get out of here. You're fucking infected. We have no clue yet how it's spreading. You have to get the fuck out of here.
I think that we would all be happy to leave. We just came here for information.
Well, the only information you're getting is my fucking diagnosis that you're fucking infected. At least two you are. The other two probably are also. Have you been feeding on the same people?
No.
No. What do you know about this plague? Different information, but how do we stop this? It's gross.
Well, all I know is that the two of you that are already infected are fucked. It's not gonna kill you, but it's gonna make life fucking miserable. You're gonna pass it on to whoever you bite, so you gotta start being careful. And the other two of you, if you fucking bite anything that these two guys bite, or that somebody else that's infected bites, you're gonna fucking get it also.
This night's getting better and better. Okay.
Yeah, so
Yikes.
fucking use the phone. You need to talk to me. Get on the phone. You can get me here, but we're not talking face to face. We're done, because I ain't catching that shit. And he comes over and he puts his hand on the door and he looks at you. Please leave.
Question.
Yes.
Am I still twirling vomit pinata?
No,
Or
you're
can I
not. You're
speak?
good. You're no longer on the pinata.
Okay. You're like, Theo, you don't give us 5 minutes. I'm going to tell them we got it from here.
That wouldn't be very good for business.
You don't want that. Just 5
Honestly,
minutes.
I want to
Just
get
5
the
minutes.
fucking thing even less. If it was anybody but you, I maybe would listen. But you're out of luck. And he starts to close the door.
Wait. 5 minutes, and you never have to see me again.
No, piss off.
He said we can call. Let's just back up. We'll call.
He starts pulling the door closed.
Yeah, I think instinctually Parrish starts to resist. I think he will listen to the rest of the coterie, but like there's a moment where it just that sort of like I'm stronger than you, just like authority defiance just like stays at the foreground. And he just like he says, like he looks Theo in the eyes and is holding the door still and says, maybe we don't want to leave.
Well, you don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here, and you gotta be mindful of who you feed on from now on, because you're gonna spread it. Guaranteed.
I don't really like being told what to do.
Life's not all about what you want, buddy.
And I think at that point, if one of the other members of the coterie like puts a hand on his arm or something like that, he
will put a hand on his arm. Yeah,
that'll sort of snap him out of it a little bit, and he'll like let go of the door. I think there's like a his handprint is like in the metal.
Yeah. Just before he closes, he goes, "Look, I'm sorry. If you don't have it yet on the shore, don't bring it there. It's been making the rounds here. It's been a few weeks now."
Could you at least tell us anything about this? You've obviously heard of it before.
Best we can tell, some humans have it. It doesn't really affect them. But when we drink from one of them, we get it and then we pass it on to others. And it affects us. It hasn't killed anyone, but as you can tell, it's not pleasant. You just bit the wrong fucking cow.
We'll get out of your hair.
We'll call in a second.
You talk to the Baron and tell her that this thing is spreading.
Yeah. Things like these have to get ahead of it.
And he closes the door. You are all standing there on the fire exit balcony.
Fuck.
What did you boys have for dinner? Just so I can avoid them.
That's why you never eat takeout.
There didn't seem to be anything off.
Just a lonely woman, just look like a club girl. No one's
All
there.
right. Let's see if we can maybe find bags for y'all at the very least. And Turk has been missing for apparently a month or two now, not even just a week. So
Yeah. Well,
let's calm down and go from there.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. Back when I was a cop, that's about the time that we'd start to give up.
Yeah. Well, you're not a cop, so for right now, no giving up.
I gotta tell you, I used to be a history professor, more or less, and 3 months, easy. Listen, 1528, that was about where I was specialized, so we can get digging, you know? This is fun. We'll do. I believe in us. Absolutely.
We just need to find trails. We at least know the last point of one person knowing where he was. If we can find something sooner, we can go from there.
Yeah, if we give Theo a little bit to cool off, we can call him back and see if he's got more. Oof.
I want to be clear. I'm not saying that we're not going to find out what happened to Turk. I'm just saying we should prepare for the fact that we might not find Turk.
I kind of was under that assumption when Sabat and Hunters were mentioned.
Just as long as we're on the same page.
I'm gonna choose to be optimistic here. And then
And
you
that's
all
why I
can-
like you more.
Oh, thank you. Then when he's dead, I can be sad then, but not first.
What do you do?
So what was our lead?
The
He
last
was
lead
listening-
was from Solange.
I think maybe we like give it 5 minutes to cool off, make sure people are okay, and then I think as the person
Theo.
Theo does not have beef with, I will call Theo.
After a few moments of hanging out and waiting, you hear coming from below you, finally you're here. A young woman's voice. When you look down, you see this young woman dressed a little bit like an 80s punk, too much makeup, looking very frail and sort of wayfish as she looks up at you. Well, come on down so we can talk.
Okay.
You are.
Vicky,
Anyone know Vicky? Any of you guys know Vicky?
Never heard of a Vicky.
We don't
Victoria?
know you, Vicky.
I don't know you either. Been waiting for you, it's all.
Sticky Vicky? No, not Sticky Vicky.
Fuck are you talking about?
No, we
Someone
know
else.
Vicky.
Someone
Vicky.
else.
Are you gonna come down? or
I'm
what?
going.
Yes,
I'm going.
Yeah, let's.
maintaining my posture. I am not sick. I am not sick.
And 3 nights I've been waiting for you.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Why?
Well, not you specifically, but waiting for an infected leech.
It's not a very nice word, Vicky.
I know. Okay, you'll get over it.
Who do you work for, Vicky?
I'll work for someone. Look, the plague has been spreading. No one knows where it comes from. My patron believes you may know where it comes from. And so he asked me to hang out here and wait till I found one of you vampires who was infected so that I can make you an offer you can't refuse.
So, Bleak, this is not a vampire that we were speaking
makes
to.
sense.
She
He's
is
about,
human.
okay.
She is human. Okay.
We're
You're gonna need more than that, Vicky. You're gonna need
we're
maybe.
pretty good at refusing offers, just generally as a crew. But give us the pitch.
All right. If it'll help. She goes over, walks over, goes to where there's a bunch of trash cans, and it's kind of looking around. Oh, Bruno, come over here. And she picks up this rat. The rat climbs up on her arm and up to her shoulder. He comes back. Okay. So, you, Claudia, my patron would like me to tell you that you dream of carving a new path for yourself. That there are fears in your dreams. You fear losing your father and losing your man. Understandable fears, but they kind of hold you back. Perish. Your dreams are haunted by the last good night. Losing everything in one fell swoop because of human weakness. Gotta hurt. You think yourself free, but you only really traded in one addiction for another. Mara, your dreams, is that right, Mara? Yeah, Mara. Your dreams reveal your fear of losing your purpose, of finding yourself rudderless. You're an academic and you both fear being chained to the work, perhaps by your sire, but also being free from it so that you become unmoored from it and everything else. But he wants me to tell you that your true beauty is your mind and that was not taken from you. And Vincent. Lucian? Vincent. Part of you cherishes a longing memory of a girl on a rooftop in Marseille. But another part of you, crimson and bloody, could never be found in such an idyllic moment. And you dream of being seen, truly seen. And you burrow further and further away from the light with each passing night. Now, if we've sorted out the how full of shit am I question you've been asking yourself, maybe we could set about seeing if we can do something about your situation.
I'm about to fucking lose it on this girl. Someone else talk to her.
It usually happens when Vicky shows up. You know, it's okay. It's perfectly fine.
I'm listening. Absolutely. Continue. How can we stop my friends from vomiting blood?
Well, I'm not sure that you can, but see,
Ugh.
my patron believes that all this is related to a new drug that's making the rounds amongst the humans. It's something called Medusa. The plague began to appear among your people shortly after the drug did. Dreams are my patron's domain. He sees yours. He tastes your sweetest sorrows, weeps at your cherished memories, feels pain at your fears. And he wants you to know that the city is infected, and so are the dreams of its citizens. And so are some of you now. There may be a cure, but we don't know. But it's not too late to save some people. My patron would like you to follow the thread.
How long have you known about this?
Not long after it started. As soon as people started dreaming about it, my patron learned about it.
How come you didn't talk to one of the other leeches?
You're the first ones that I've encountered that are infected ever since my patron asked me to find one. And lo and behold, 2 of you.
Are you not afraid that we might infect you?
Sure, I'm afraid you might infect me. I'm afraid you might kill me. I'm afraid you might do a whole bunch of different things, but I have faith in my patron. If he sent me here to you, it's because it's fairly safe. As far as we know, you can only transmit it when you bite. So, keep your fangs off me and we're probably okay.
I don't think my dear friend Parrish has had a good meal tonight. So
Have you looked at me? I weigh nothing but like 90 pounds all wet carrying my fucking living room set. There's not much here to eat, man. If you're that interested in getting a bite, there's probably way better fare not too far from here. Wouldn't even be a snack.
Less annoying, though.
That's debatable. The amount of drugs I've taken in my life, I'd probably rot your system.
All right. So, are we meeting this patron, or are you pointing us in a direction?
Yes. One of the dealers of this Medusa is a ghoul. His name is Styx. And he happens to be sitting in a car with 2 bodyguards in the parking lot behind this place right now.
Do you know his horoscope too?
No, I don't. Would you like me to find out? Turns and talks to the rat. The rat looks at her like she's insane. And she goes, Bruno doesn't want to cooperate, but I'll try to get the information for next time we meet.
Tisk, tisk, Bruno.
Bruno looks at you like,
Don't
Bruno, I get it. I get it.
don't
Bruno.
engage. Don't talk to the rat.
Talking
Hey.
to the rats is perfectly normal for many Nosferatu. I
Yes,
will just say that.
I dabble in divination, so this is gonna be a little bit of my shtick anyway. So I'm just saying.
I would urge you to be circumspect. I don't actually know that word. It was just a word that was suggested to me by my patron. I urge you to be circumspect because there are cameras and eyes
Good
everywhere.
word.
Just for clarification, this drug is only sold to humans.
Yes.
Well, it's funny because I only see one human here. Looks like you're on board.
I'm
Can
sure
I cast
Sticks-
awe?
Oh. Do you have to make a roll for that?
Yes.
What is it?
7 successes. It's 3 black onks and 2 black onks with the little starry things.
Okay, so there's just a whole lot of successes. No Rouse checks?
Nope.
And what does the power do exactly?
Anyone in the presence of the vampire finds their attention inexplicably drawn to them.
You know, I hadn't noticed your feathers before. They're very nice.
I thank you.
Parrish rolls his eyes.
I mean, they are nice feathers.
They are.
Well, I
Are
think
those-
each one
are
of these
those
has
real?
a story. Yes, they are real.
Did you kill all those birds?
Oh no, they were gifts actually. A different suitor for each one. I do like what you're wearing. That's beautiful. What is that? Walmart?
He looks down. No. Trash bin number 7. Have you
Oh.
really had that many conquests?
Well, you know, it kind of gets in a little closer. Some put up more of a fight than others, but you would probably already know about that from your patron. Would you like to do a favor for us?
Love to.
How used to you are? How have you bought drugs before? You look like someone who's bought drugs before. I could tell.
Hot
You were
damn.
90 pounds second rep?
Stole them, lifted them, begged for them.
All right.
I
well,
have this really messed up story about my birthday, but I'm not going to tell you that story right now.
I would love to hear it sometime, but let's do it over some drugs. All right.
I
Here you
don't
go.
do that stuff anymore.
I'm not asking you to do it. I'm just asking you to buy it.
You're like a bad person, aren't you?
No. We want to get the drugs off the streets.
Okay.
And the best way to do that is to find them and remove them. So if I give you some money, I
Oh,
want you to go into that car
okay.
and I need you to buy some drugs.
Okay.
And, one second. Who's going to take the drugs? Parrish, you look like you can kick ass. You can take the drugs. Are you going to go with her? Get the drugs? Be like her big brother bouncer?
What? To take the drugs?
You no, obviously.
Please, I want you to continue this plot, please.
Obviously, we have already taken the drugs previously. I don't want you to take any more. But I want you to take the drugs into your possession.
Physically take the drugs.
Physically
You're
take them.
you're sending the 2 addicts to buy drugs for you. That's
I
what
need
you're
it
doing.
to be believable, Vicky.
We might not get back here with the drugs in our hand.
We'll be watching.
To be clear, I can do it. I'm not an addict anymore.
She looks at you. Please.
Vicky,
Yeah.
not now.
Okay.
Parrish, there is a time in everyone's existence. Little tests, little test every day. This is that test. I believe in you. My aw's still working.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do
no,
it.
she's like looking at you and sighing.
We just need... No, are we trying to kill him? No, we're trying to get information. We need to know where the drugs come from. You used to be a cop. This is like right up your alley. Go bust a drug.
You used to be a cop?
Your patron didn't know this?
Like, wait a second.
I thought you knew everything about us, Vicky.
I don't. The patron does, and he only tells me when he wants. You used to be a cop?
Another time. Now's not the time, Vicky.
Fuck
Well, you
my
want to be a
life.
little deputy? You could be a little deputy along with Parrish here. We need
She
to
cannot
bust
be my
the drugs.
deputy.
We need to get the drugs.
You
We
know,
can get the drugs.
you know, for vampires, you guys are really weird.
How many vampires do you know?
Please don't lump me
I know
in with
Father
that.
Dubois. I know Father Dubois. I
No.
met him at La Ronde a couple of months ago. He liked you.
I'm
didn't
sure
like
this is a
me lot.
great story, but let's talk about it when we have drugs in our
He's
possession.
one of
All
those
right.
crazy ones. The macadamias. What are they called?
Malkavian.
Yes,
Malkavian.
yes. He's nuts.
I'm almost starting to regret
Good
this.
for him.
Vicky,
All
let's
right.
go get the
Tell me I'm
drugs.
doing the
Let's
right
go get
thing.
the drugs, Vicky.
All right, Serpico, let's go get the drugs.
Hey, Maura, I think it's the wonderful time to call Theo because we technically have a primary job.
So true. We have two things going on. Let me clarify, Vincent. Your plan is to send this nice young lady who has mysterious dream patrons in to
Thanks.
be our sort of bait in a drug sale. At which point, Parrish will seize the drugs, and we will get information on the plague that way. That's the plan. Just clarifying.
She's obviously
I
the man
have
of the
the-
operation.
What is the term? I have the semblance of a plan.
Hmm. Well,
Yeah,
to be
it's-
frank,
God, you're pretty.
I've never
He's fully
participated in any sort of drug op, so I'm going to leave this one to the experts, and I guess I can call Theo.
Yeah, honestly, just your basic drug sting. You send in the buyer, they make the sale. Once they have the drugs in their possession, 20 to 30 armed officers of the law descend and make the arrest, which I guess in this case is me.
4 vampires or 1 Parrish?
It's almost like you've done this before.
Yeah.
Are you saying that,
Okay.
that there could be some cops staking this place out as we speak?
I'm not saying that even remotely. I'm saying that we don't have authority or weapons and we're outnumbered.
Do we just need the drug to take it to a lab to see if we can determine any sort of cure, or give it to somebody who may, if they have the drug itself, may assist in trying to find a source of its creation?
All right, Police Academy, let's go.
I'm just saying it would help if we had some of the drug.
I understand.
I get it.
This is just going to be very, very amusing. So amusing. Paris, do you want a knife? I have at least a knife.
I have a knife.
You can't have anything bad happen to the knife. It's a gift. But I have a knife if you want to use it.
You
I'll
should
take a
keep your
knife.
I have my own knife.
No.
I don't have
Okay,
a knife. I'll take a
maybe
knife.
Don't
No.
give Vicky a knife. Vicky,
Why
you
not?
can't
I'm
have
not-
a knife.
Why
I'm
can't I?
not giving you my
Why
wedding
can't
gift.
I have a knife?
You have a rat.
Because I don't know
that's what
you.
That's what you got.
Vicky, if I had a knife, I would give it to you, but I do not.
Jesus.
Bruno, I would give Bruno a knife, but opposable thumbs.
Parrish, do you need money? I was gonna slip 100.
Yeah, we're gonna
I don't
need
know how
money.
much the drug cost. I'm assuming 100 for a hit. Is that the lingo?
I have no clue. Come on.
None of us know.
I can't stress enough how little I know on this
go, Paul
particular
Blart.
subject. On other subjects, I am, of course, well informed.
All right. Well, here's 200 just in case. We'll be.
Vicky, what do you know about vampires, Vicky? And I say this as we're walking over to the car.
Sorry, say that again?
I said, Vicky, what do you know about vampires, Vicky? What do you know? What do you know about
I
them?
know that you explode in the sun and you drink blood, and that you think you control the world from the shadows, but there's way scarier things than you guys out there, and you just don't know it yet. So,
Yeah. Yeah. You know anything about Bruja? You know anything about
Bruja? No.
Bruja?
What's
Yeah.
that?
You know anything about him?
Oh, yeah, like a lot of noise, like brouhaha, like, oh, you're making a big brouhaha.
No, not like that. Like Bruja vampires, which is what I am. You have a little bit of an anger management problem.
Like an ex-cop?
A little bit of an anger management problem. So maybe just don't keep pushing my buttons, Vicky.
You see, she's thinking about it.
Speaking of pushing buttons,
She's thinking about it.
not to inter. I'm sort of trying to diffuse this moment. Well, we're sort of en route to wherever this is. Should I call Theo?
Yes.
Oh, Ava, you're muted.
It's also just a muted. Just please just talk.
Great. Gonna call that.
I will just stand here in the shadows. Erish, don't try not to kill anyone over 18 or under 18. Under 18.
I just think try not to kill anyone in general is a good rule.
Yes, just that. Oh, it's a night.
It's like they don't even know you, Parrish. As he smiles and goes into the darkness.
Don't do that. Don't.
You would think.
Let's hurry before the sun rises and you all perish.
Oh, I swear to God.
Boo.
All right. Go buy drugs.
That's right. Wow. That's crazy. I swore it was around Easter last year. I made a solemn promise I would never buy drugs again. And here I am, just randomly breaking that oath with a bunch of vampires in the middle of a parking lot in the middle of the night. Like, funny where life takes you sometimes.
Yeah, it is funny how that works out. Vicky, so here's the money to buy the drugs. You're going to walk over there and you're going to do that. And you're not going to run or try to steal the money because that's going to make me very angry.
Please. You look like you're about to be really angry anyway, so.
You're not wrong.
You know, you could work on that. Like, there are people now that are called anger management counselors. What you do is you go and you talk to them, and then they give you, like, tricks and tips to, like, how to manage your anger so that you don't blow your top. So it's like, I don't know, like, they might teach you, like, how to count 7 before you blow someone's head off.
Yeah. I had one of those.
Let me guess, you ate him.
I ate him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go now before you eat me. And she saunters off over to the car. And you watch as you round a corner and you follow her and you see that in the back there's this Jeep that's parked there, like a Jeep Renegade. The top's off. You see a strange thing. You see a guy wearing like a white t-shirt and jeans, and he's got like a cowboy hat and sunglasses on, and he's on a cell phone sitting in the Jeep. And you see standing on either side of the Jeep something a little odd. There are 2 men there, and while the guy in the Jeep has this kind of, urban cowboy, rock and roll kind of aspect to him, the 2 guys standing on either side are sharp suits, military-style haircuts, little things in their ears, holding their hands loose around them, scanning around. They really look like they do not match up to this other guy. You can tell from where you are that they're human. The guy in the Jeep appears to be a ghoul. Vicky approaches them. Is there anything you want to do or say before then, or are you just going to watch the situation unfold?
Parrish is going to watch the situation unfold, like from across the street, and be ready to jump in if he has to.
You watch her kind of...
One caveat to that, if I can use heightened senses to make sure that she's not, like, ratting us out. Pun not intended.
No problem. She walks up to him, and one of the bodyguards kind of moves over and stops her, and he looks over, and then the other guy's like, "What do you want, honey?" I was wondering if you, I kind of felt like turning into stone, if you get my meaning. He's like, ain't you a little young for that shit? She's like, bitch, I'm 23 years old. Okay. Jeez. I need to fucking get that raw with me. Alright, let it come near. You ever taken this stuff? It's like, well, it's not really for me. I'm buying it for someone else. Is that okay? He says, yeah, it's alright. Are you a cop? And she says, do I have to tell you if I'm a cop? And he says, yeah, you're allowed to, you're by law obliged to tell me. And he's got a bit of a smile. And she says, that's bullshit, you know it. That's just in the movies. He's like, yeah, I know. You don't look like a cop. And she's like, you'd be surprised. You run into random people sometimes in the back alleys, and you're like, there's no way this person could be a cop because they look really cool and like, you know, they're like fucking got some attitude and some swag, and then you find out they're a fucking cop. Like, it comes out of nowhere sometimes, I gotta tell you. But anyways, hey, Cap. And he's like, I got you. And then they fist bump. He's like, all right, how much you want? And she says, I got $200. How much will that get me? He's like, I'll get you 3 baggies. You're not going to take those all yourself, right? No, it's not for me. It's for some of the guys inside. They just, you know, they're just fucking dicks and they wanted me to come out and do this. Right? It's like, all right, I better not catch you fucking ODing on this shit. Like, don't worry about it. I'm cool. He's like, all right, give me your money. And he hands her a bunch of little baggies. All right, now get the fuck out of here. Go to school or something. I'm 23, bitch. Jesus fucking Christ. And she comes back.
23 is not too old for higher education, just letting you know.
What?
It's really...
Yeah,
Never
that's
mind.
exactly. I'm
Good
about
job.
to go to UCAM and I'm going to do some research into quantum technology and the genetic development of breastfeeding propagation, whatever the fuck you guys study there.
I know you're
Lamar, you
bullshitting, but that actually is fascinating.
It sounds interesting, right?
Yeah,
Lamar,
it sounds.
you're
I would read that
breastfeeding,
paper.
right?
You guys are the weirdest vampires. I've ever
Not
met.
my specialty, no.
She hands you over a bunch of baggies that have a few little white pills that kind of look like aspirin in them. On each baggie is a stamp of what looks like a Medusa's head, a woman's head with snakes for hairs in purple.
Wow,
This is
Vicky,
what I
you're,
could get you. I mean, I don't think he cheated me, but I'm trying to do the math in my head, and 3 baggies for a round number like 200. I'm thinking, you know, but
Yeah, no, you definitely got scammed. You're a real natural at this, though.
oh, gee, thanks, RoboCop.
Doesn't even make sense, but that's fine.
Makes a little sense.
Doesn't make sense.
So you're gonna pull out your chemical test kit and figure out who's making these there, Mr. Feathers?
Well, certainly we have contacts with labs that could, perhaps the Baron would be able to analyze this. I'm sure if I didn't want to go to the Baron empty-handed, and I'm very proud of you. Tap, tap.
What about your patron? He wants to know about this.
My patron's not the I have friends in scientific places kind of guy. He lives in an abandoned train, so...
I do have a small question in regards to the knowledge your patron has. Are they aware of people of some importance going missing, perhaps around groups of a dangerous type of category?
Well, I mean, I'd have to ask him, but look, from what I can gather from, you know, reading between the lines when he goes on the rant, I'm getting the feeling that things are generally pretty messed up in the city. And I know that your people are kind of frothing at the mouth and there's a lot of weirdness going on. I know that the dog people on the mountain recently had like a big to-do and like they're all fucking riled up also. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that it's very possible because there was a whole thing at the oratory the other night also that was pretty messed up. Apparently like one of your guys caught on fire in a car. It was just messed up. But
Do we-
look, to be fair, my patron doesn't really care about you and yours or the dog people on the mountain. He really cares about the people of the city, and that's who he's trying to protect. So it just happens that he has to kind of go through you to get some of it done.
I suppose that's fair.
Also, for the record, I'm pissing my pants. I'm very afraid of you guys. So, I act tough, but that's just because, that's the way I am. But, please, seriously, please don't eat me.
I'm not planning to.
Also, not planning to. Hopefully, these two.
Not planning. In fact, he will take one of the feathers off and he would hand it to her. Be like,
Whoa. What does that mean?
this
I'm
feather
not going to
is
be a feather in your cap.
no. This feather is just a token of my appreciation. You did a very good job. And if you are ever in the South, and if you ever get into a bind, just I have a lot of contacts back there. That feather means I owe you a little bit of a favor. So
Okay, so how about you keep the feather and give me $100?
fine, you get $100.
Ugh. I am going to go over to Valentin and get me a poutine and a couple of steamies. Oh, it's going to be so good.
Well, that was delightful.
Well, at least we have some of the drug. Have you contacted Solange?
Oh,
was
no,
Theo.
not yet. But I should contact Theo and ask him about that. I also have some theories with this whole thing, but I don't know how. One thing at a time. Let's call Theo.
You grab the phone. You call Theo. The phone rings. Hello.
Oh no. Sorry, everyone cut out for me briefly, but I think
Who is this?
I think you're all back, maybe?
Yes. Hopefully.
You are frozen, and it was a very funny pose that you had. So thank you for that entertainment.
Oh no.
Screenshot.
You're back now.
Great.
You're back. You're good.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I was gonna call Theo.
Yeah. He's answering. Yeah.
Oh. Hi. Now that we're minimum safe distance away from your lovely haunt,
Oh God. You again.
what do you know about... Hi, yes, me. Look, I will do my best to be cordial on this call, in respect to the fact that we just puked on your floor.
Is the
what do
fucking
you know about
peacock with
Turk?
you still?
Tell Theodore to fuck off.
He says to fuck off, but
Oh, okay.
I rescind it.
Turk is dead. That's what I
Okay.
know.
Unfortunate for me and my optimism, but not unexpected.
Yeah. Anything else I can do for you?
You know what got him?
Yeah. I'm gonna say it on the phone. The
What?
fucking Elmer Fudd.
Ask him if he wants to write a letter and slip it out the door or something.
Elmer Fudd, the fucking hunters. Jesus Christ. We're not supposed to
Elmer
talk about
Fudd.
this shit
Okay,
on the phone.
Hunters.
We're not supposed to talk about this
Okay,
shit on the phone.
got it.
What are
Thank
you, fucking
you.
amateur?
He kicked us out.
I'm sorry. Elmer Fudd was not a reference I immediately went to, and I was briefly confused, but thank you. Sorry again for all of this, and I'll try to leave you to have a more pleasant rest
Yeah, we're mopping up
of
like
your evening.
your guys' I'm not supposed to talk about this shit on the phone. Jesus, you're making me do it. And he hangs up.
I'm going back in.
Didn't he tell us to call him? Like, what the fuck?
I'm going back in.
No.
I'm done.
Hold on. Perish.
No.
Parrish,
Look,
please.
Theo, thank you for cleaning this up. We'll stay out of your hair. Have a good night.
He hangs up.
Causing a commotion won't solve anything. I don't know what will. Going in there just banging some heads is just not gonna get us anywhere.
You are underestimating how much better it will make me feel.
Hey, one of those weird guys in the suit is
Um,
looking at us.
Just to update you all on my current hypothesis on what's sort of been going on here, I'm very curious if this drug showed up at the same time as Elmer Fudd.
Let's discuss this as we move away from the location.
Yes.
He's
Good.
talking
Was Vicky
into
the
he's
one who
talking
said-
into his wrist.
Is that Vicky?
Yeah.
Why are you
I
still
think you
here?
left.
Hmm?
Are you just with us now?
she didn't leave. She took the 100 and she's hanging out.
It's like, what?
One of the
Okay.
suit guys is looking at you and he's talking into his wrist.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's find-
Let's go.
Find a safe place.
I'm willing to bet that guy knows where he gets these drugs. You should probably ask him.
It's not a bad idea. That is not
It
a
is
bad
not.
idea. Can I step like a little ways away from the group? Is one of the guys in the suit actually staring at us?
Yeah, he's like on the edge of the parking lot and he's looking at you and he's like this.
Can I just move a little bit away from the group and like stare at him? Try and maybe try to like make it clear that like we have a problem and see if I can get him to come over and talk to me about like I want him to pull a tough guy routine on me, basically.
You stare at him for a while. He looks at you and then he talks into his thing again. Then he nods to you and he turns around and goes back towards the Jeep. Very slowly, like he has no care in the world.
Okay. I think like kind of he's just a regular human, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I think I'm gonna like
Bit of
I'm gonna
cyberware,
try
but
and-
otherwise perfectly human.
I'm sorry.
Nothing.
Sorry, what?
I said a bit of cyberware, but
Oh,
otherwise perfectly human.
Everywhere. That's what I thought you said. That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say.
No, he's just a normal feller.
Okay, yeah. I can I like kind of walk after him, and I think I'm gonna try to stumble a little bit as I do, slur my words, come across like I'm in my cups, and just sort of call after him and say like, "Hey, buddy, we got a problem."
He keeps walking towards the Jeep. You can see that his buddy now next to the Jeep is staring at you also.
I'm not gonna go all the way over to the Jeep. I'm gonna kind of stop, but I'm gonna keep yelling after him, and I'm gonna say, "What's the issue? You guys, something you want to say to me?"
While this is happening, Vincent will put one arm around Mara, one arm around Claudia, and be like, "Oh, look at this ruckus. We're just leaving the bar. We're just oh, it's really noisy over there. Let us just walk on the other side of the street and exit stage right." So we're really just like, "Oh yeah," and just kind of fake conversation. "Oh, it's a noise in the street. Oh, let's go call a cab. Let's go back to my hotel. We'll have a great time. Yeah, what a club."
Okay, so just to be clear, you're walking where you're walking kind of towards the Jeep and all that.
It's
But
like
in a
if
roundabout
they're
area?
over to the left, we're going to go on the other side of the street and kind of walk past them, knowing that Parrish is kind of like tough guying it.
And you are walking towards the Jeep and yelling at the guy.
I am, yes.
The other guy that's been staring at you stares at you. The other guy that was walking away from you keeps walking and goes to the back of the Jeep.
Okay. Can I get to him and put like a hand on his shoulder before he like gets in or does anything?
Do you have any celerity?
I do not have celerity.
Okay. So go ahead and make me a dexterity and athletics roll.
Okay.
You can, if you want, do a rouse check to add 2 dice to your dexterity, but then you have to do a rouse check.
And it's at disadvantage.
It's a disadvantage.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna see what happens because I'm not trying to telegraph being a vampire at the moment.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything while this is going down, just so that I know what's happening?
I think maybe Mora has like heightened senses on just to hear and listen in to see if Parrish needs any help, and not that she's going to be a huge help, but just to know if how this interaction unfolds.
When you turn on your heightened senses, you hear from the back of the Jeep like click click.
Mora
Something being
whispers
pulled out of a case
to
and kind of
Vincent and Claudia. There was a noise of something. I'm worried.
Okay. I think Claudia, at the very least, wants to try to find a location where she can be a bit more isolated so she can do unseen passage.
Yeah, you could easily find like slip into like a side alley or something for sure.
Yeah. So let me rouse check that.
You need to do a rouse check for that?
Yep.
Okay. Adrian, what are you doing? And we'll come back to Parrish right after.
Well, sensing Oliver's concern, we'll look back. We'll look to the side to see the Jeep and Parrish. And is the second gentleman with the clicking noises in the back, which I'm sure aren't little rubber ducks, is he looking at us at all?
No, he's kind of got his head down and he's like working on something in the back, and that kind of like he's open. You know, a Jeep, the wheel kind of swings open and then you bring down the door, so he's kind of like in there working on something.
Gotcha. Okay. Well then, we'll also head to the alley. Just like, let's kind of get a skip of this.
Slip off into the alley.
Let me see if I even brought a weapon. Like, did I bring anything?
And Parrish, what did you get on your roll? You are muted.
You are muted.
Yes, I am. 3 successes. Onks, so 2 of them are red.
With or without little pips?
No pips.
Okay. You dash forward and kind of come around just as you see him pulling a drone out from a case. And he kind of just sees you, and you reach out and you put your hand on his shoulder, and he's got a drone in his hand. What do you do in the moment that you arrive there, put your hand on his shoulder, and see this?
I take his toy away from him.
You reach over and grab the drone. He lets go of it because he needs his hands right now to reach into his jacket, where you see he's got a handgun in a safety holster inside his thing. What would you like to do? So I would like to say something here. Hold on. Sorry. I'm sorry. That hold on was a little bit ruder than I wanted it to sound. This is Canada. People don't walk around with guns. This is Canada. Off-duty cops are not allowed to walk around with guns. When a cop finishes his thing, he puts it in the locker, he locks it, right? There's people don't walk around with guns. Not only does this guy have a gun, but it's not like a rinky-dink affair. He's got like a very professional safety holster, and he's got a very nice weapon. Just you of all people would know this is kind of out of bounds.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I am concerned about it, actually. And so I think, if I have the drone in one hand and I see him going for the gun, can I like try to, once he starts to pull it out, can I grab his wrist and try to like take it away from him, basically?
Yep. So you're gonna give me a dexterity plus brawl. And he's gonna try to shoot you. Oh, I get to use my dice. My little vampire.
You're welcome.
Right, so what do you have success-wise?
Sorry, yeah, the system is not.
Yeah, sometimes demiplane sucks. If you're really stuck, just grab some d10s.
Okay. Yeah, nothing's happening.
All right, so if you grab d10s, make sure that you grab a few d10s that are a different color because they have to be your hunger dice. So
Okay.
if your pool right now, if your dexterity is 3 and your brawl is 3, that's a pool of 6 dice, but you have to replace, what's your hunger at? 3?
2.
You have to replace 2 of those dice by dice of a different color to be your hunger dice.
Okay. All right, I think I understand. So I have 6 dice, 2 of which will be hunger dice.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right.
And you're looking for 6 and over.
Right, okay. Okay, I got 10 on the regular dice and then an 8 on the hunger dice.
Okay. He currently has more successes than you. Do you want to spend a night move? So here's the thing. After you roll, you can spend 9 moves to get 2 extra dice. However, that costs you 2 9 moves. Or you can spend a willpower and re-roll up to 3 of your failures.
I mean, let's start with the willpower. Might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you're going to re-roll 3 of your failures, and they're going to be regular dice. They're not going to be hunger dice.
Regular dice, cool. Okay, that is 2 more successes.
Okay. So you are going to win this contest, but before you do, I want to impart something to you.
Yeah.
This guy, ultra professional. The second he saw you were going for the thing, he let it go. He stepped back. He's like Tom Cruise in Collateral. His gun comes out incredibly quick, really close to him so that you can't reach out and grab it. His hand shoots out so that he can push you away and make some distance, and he's backpedaling. And as soon as the gun clears the holster, because he's not making this big move with it, as soon as it clears his holster, he's ready to fire. This guy is super pro. And he's going to kind of get a shot off, but you won the contest. So my question for you is, are you trying to just get out of the way of the shot? Are you trying to reach him? Are you trying to bat the gun away? What is your reaction to him doing all this?
Yeah, I think at this point it's more like damage control than anything. I wasn't expecting him to have a gun because Canada, like you said.
Yeah.
And so when I saw him going for it, I think instinct just took over. So I'm just trying to like take it away from him. And then I will also be backpedaling, basically. And like I'm holding it, but I'm not holding it like I'm going to use it. I'm holding it kind of loosely, and I'm just going to, like, as I take a step back, say, like, no problem.
So you reach out, you grab it. As soon as he senses that you have it, and you're smart and you're kind of angling it away from you and you're holding it so that the slide can go back, he immediately lets it go and keeps backpedaling away from you. He's got his eyes on you and he goes, contact, contact, contact. And he's reaching behind, and you can see he's got another thing. People watching on the other side, the second you hear that yell of contact, 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 the other guy is, same thing, pulling his gun, but instead of kind of like going on the side where his buddy is, he's running around to the other side of the Jeep to come around behind Parrish. And the guy in the Jeep seems completely like, what the fuck is going on? Like, he's like, what the hell is happening, kind of thing. So, Parrish, you've had your action. I'm going to go around and see what the others want to do with this. So, Mara, you're the one who's standing closer now. You see all this happen. You see Parrish has kind of grabbed something. He's backing off. The other guy is backing away from him and probably reaching for another weapon behind him. The other guy has a weapon and he's going around the Jeep. What would you like to do?
Oh, man. Mora is not a fighter, and so I think her instinct, and I don't know how helpful this instinct is, given the circumstances, but I think it is just to yell, he's got a gun, help, just out into the night.
That's not a bad thing.
Partially it's distraction, partially just in case, like, just to draw, like, someone's got a gun, help, yelling that out.
No problem. You start yelling, he's got a gun, yelled. In the alley, the other two You hear that now. You hear Mora say, he's got a gun, help. What are you doing in the alley?
What a wonderful question. I think if Vincent has something before I
Sure.
think of something.
Vincent's got feathers, man.
Vincent will see the situation, the screaming of the gun, and will use. Let's make sure I'm saying this right. It's been a while since I played Vampire. Is Melpomene?
Oh,
He'll use his Melpomene to allow him from the shadows to use dread gaze merely with his voice, and he is going to shout, "Abort mission! Return to your homes!"
I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you a night move. I'm gonna give you a night move just for that, Adrian.
And just trying to basically either freeze them with fear or make them run away.
What's your roll? Or does it work automatically on humans?
No, it is the dread gaze. I roll charisma plus presence, and they must roll composure and resolve.
Okay.
If it's a versus roll. And I do have to roll a rouse check for this.
Ooh, at disadvantage. So if you fail, you leave it as that. If you succeed, you roll again.
Oh, I did succeed with the two little spotty thingies for the rouse. Charisma presence, I got 7 successes, 2 onks with the dots, and 1 red onk with no dots.
I'm sorry, say that again.
7 successes for the what is it? Dreadful gaze.
Yes.
Which is basically a dreadful voice. 2 onks, 2 normal, 2 onks with the dots, and 1 red onk. And I succeeded my rouse check.
Well, my friend, you have once more stumbled into the realm of the messy critical. Would you like to spend a willpower, spend a night move and ignore it, or would you like to YOLO?
You know, there's I went YOLO last time. We're kind of I'm worried for Parrish, so we'll go ahead and use a night move. I want to.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, God needs to give it some.
You be careful. You only have 5.
You spend your night move and you kind of pull back on it a little bit. However, that's a lot of successes. I don't have nearly as much. Remind me what your order was.
It was abort mission, return to your homes.
So let me read Dreadgate. I want to see to what degree it's going. Alright, so you are aware that by doing this, you cannot hide your vampiric nature. Instead of single subject with utter terror, mortals are cowed, run, or freeze with fear, while other vampires either submit like whipped dogs. Critical win. Mortals freeze or crumple into fetal positions. Vampire must make a terror frenzy test.
I'm gonna be
A
pissed if
single
you make me
subject.
submit.
It's a single subject, though.
Okay.
It does stay a single subject. So tell me which one you want to target.
Okay, let's see.
Here's the deal.
Now, when I do use it as with the Melpomene, I don't need to see the target, and they don't have to be my presence. They just have to hear my voice.
Yeah, which is good.
Let's see. I will do it.
Yeah, but here's the deal I'm going to make you. You ready for this?
Like deals.
I'll give you back your name move, and you'll take the messy critical. And this is what's going to happen. It's going to affect all of them, but it's going to also have a negative consequence, which I'm not going to tell you about until the time is right.
Fair enough.
But it will affect all 3 humans.
Including Vicky.
If you want to. I was going to leave her out of it, but...
Oh, I thought she was the third.
No,
Sorry.
there's the dealer and the 2 bodyguards.
Oh, yeah, the dealer. Oh, yeah. I mean, technically, she would hear it. I mean...
Yeah, but I assume that you can kind of choose.
Yeah. It's kind
So
of...
do you want the deal or do you want... No, if you don't want a deal, just tell me which target you are affecting.
Let's do the deal.
All right, I love that. So we're going to reimburse you a 9 move. Your voice echoes throughout the entire alley and the parking lot, and it echoes through the night. And this, you see Claudia, as you look at him, his face, the fangs extend, his lower jaw extends, his eyes turn red, and you can see the imprint of the beast right there on his face. You look around, there don't seem to be any humans other than the ones you're dealing with right now. But like even this kind of scares you. Like you almost kind of see the I don't know if you ever saw this there was a film called in the Company of Wolves that Neil Jordan did, and the transformation of the werewolves, the snout of the werewolf would come out of the mouth. It's almost like that with the beast, like wanting to come out of Vincent's body in this moment, and you're like, what the... And is the beast just sort of sticks out, and you see Parrish, the 2 guys in front of you. For a moment, the 2 guys in suit look like they're gonna resist it for a moment. Okay, like you can see them kind of halt and then kind of start moving again, but then it overcomes them. Their eyes go wide with fear, and they literally do that. They crumple to the ground, and they're just kind of hiding themselves from you. The guy in the Jeep is losing it. He is trying to get as deep under the hood of the Jeep as he can. He's screaming bloody murder. The other 2 guys are on the ground. One of them, you can see, is having a seizure. There's a terror that has sunk into them to a level that you've almost never seen before. And remember, we made a deal and I said there was going to be a thing to it, right? You hear from next to you, or down off to the right, you hadn't seen these 2 teenagers that were out smoking and had come out kind of at a restaurant, and we're in that little recessed alcove where the delivery doors of the restaurant, and they step out screaming and hollering as you turn and you see them, and they look at you, and you can see that they see your face.
I'm right next to Vincent. I want a cloud memory.
Excellent. Do you need to make a roll for that?
For this, no, it's free.
Excellent.
And because I'm hidden, it helps.
So what do you do? Tell me how this turns out.
So Claudia has blended into the darkness, and she sees and hears these 2 teenagers. And I'm willing to use a night move to help it affect both of them, because I think it's just one person at a time. She's going to charge at them and hold her hands to both of their faces and just like, quiet, forget.
You're not gonna have to spend 9 move, because this as someone said in chat, this save is so sick that I was gonna give you a 9 move for it, so I just won't give you a 9 move for it, but you don't have to spend 1. But you come rushing out and you do that, and the 2 of them just crumble to the ground, passed out. Meanwhile, Mara, what are you doing?
Mora is just kind of watching this scene unfold and is very glad that she is on this side of the incident that is occurring. Very relieved at that. And I think, frankly, is just kind of studying the scene, like not sure what needs intervention at this point. And just kind of gestures to the rest of her team and is like, we should go.
Do you
want
to give me an intelligence and investigation roll?
Absolutely. That's a good roll, I say, before I make it. Here we go. Plus investigation. Okay. 3 successes. One of the red die has an onk, but not the pip onk.
Okay. Also, Adrian, I was going to be giving you stains on your humanity, but Ava saved you from that also. As you look around and kind of try to figure out the hell's going on, and you're like John Travolta and that meme, like, you notice at least 2 cameras, one behind the bar.
Ooh.
And another one near another sort of loading dock nearby. It's impossible to tell whether or not they would be able to really see what's going on, but you spot them, so this action is definitely in view, or possibly in view of cameras.
I'm then going to make my way over to, like, where one of these cameras are and, like, try and do what I can to fuck with the wires and just, like, mess this up.
So you rush over. So I would say that you think probably the one from the club is probably okay, since Theo's there and he's involved. He'll probably be able to scrub stuff. So you run to the other one. As you're running over there, Parrish, what are you doing?
Parrish, kind of along the same lines as Vincent, I think is going to try to like haul the one that's not actively seizing up off of the ground and kind of throw them against the side of the car, go full bail. And I was going to use Daunt, which is sort of the opposite of awe, where it just inspires fear instead of compliance.
I'm going to say that you probably don't need to do that. Like, they are full on, like, fear catatonia. Like, they're like, you even as you tried to pick him up, he's just like not even fighting, he's just like
yeah, absolutely, it's free. When he does that, he's basically like gonna just yell at this one, like, who do you work for?
So you start yelling at him. He's way too gone to be able to answer you. However, as you're holding him and are close up to him, you notice, first of all, he's wearing some kind of body armor. And then you see that around his throat, the body armor comes up and it's matched really perfectly to his skin. And the line goes right under his jaw, and it's basically impossible to see until you're right up there. But he's got a guard that seems to protect his throat. You can see that he's got the ear thing in one, but he's got an earplug in the other one also, which you figure is probably what kind of almost made Vincent's thing kind of fail. And the glasses he's wearing, you cannot at all see through them. Like, they are so pitch black that you're like, this is impossible, like you can't possibly see through that. He's got the same thing, the same thing that protects his throat, protects his wrists. He definitely is really well built, really in shape, really like, so even though you can't, you yell him that and he can't answer you, you're kind of getting the picture right now.
That's fair. I will drop him to the ground, but before I do that, I will take, if I can, let me know if I can't take any of this, his earpiece, if he has a phone, and if he has a wallet.
He has no phone or wallet. He does have an earpiece that goes to like a little black box that's attached to his thing, which you figure is some sort of communication thing, so you can pull that. He doesn't have wallet, he doesn't have identification, doesn't have keys, doesn't have rings or jewelry or anything like that at all. He's got 2 guns, he's got an electrified baton, and he's got his little walkie-talkie thing.
Okay. Yeah, I think almost half just satisfying his own anger and half convincing himself that it's an act of mercy. When he drops him to his knees, he's just gonna like slam his head against the side of the car until he falls unconscious.
You slam him, the crack and wet sound, and then he slumps to the ground. No problem. What is Vincent doing?
Vincent, he normally doesn't let that beast come out. For those who have been in the Violet Room when he does perform, sometimes it does come out when he's performing, and it actually has its own persona that he calls the Vermilion. And so he is now just kind of crumpled down into the alleyway, just going, "It's the Vermilion, it's the Vermilion." And he's like, and he's still just trying to keep that at bay. Though it was a controlled action, it kind of exploded out of him, and so he's still kind of taking a moment to regain control.
You can see this, Claudia. What do you do?
Whenever this happens, is Vincent someone where he wants to be left alone, or does he want someone to like assist him?
I would think at this time it's I think it would be something that he wouldn't mind assistance. He usually surrounds himself with like retainers and things, so he normally doesn't leave. So it was only because he was a special call to leave his safe place that he's like, oh no, I finally leave my haven and I've exploded here. So he's just kind of,
I'm never leaving again. Okay. Claudia will squat to get on his level. Hey. Focus on my voice. You're okay. The kids, they're okay. You did good. Everything's fine. I need you to listen to my voice. I need you to focus. Because we need to get out of here as soon as we can.
right.
Okay?
Right.
Go ahead, Madam Ava, and give me a manipulation, and I'll let you choose if you want to use persuasion, or if you would like to use subterfuge. I would let you do that also.
Persuasion, yeah.
Okay. What's your hunger at?
2.
It's at 3.
Oh, you're at 3. Adrian, you're at 2.
Let's see.
Meanwhile, Louisa, I'm going to ask you to make an intelligence, and you can either make a larceny or technology or science roll whilst that's going on.
Cool.
I got 3 in total.
Okay.
No tips.
Okay. You, Adrian, feel Claudia's voice reaching out to you. You take comfort in knowing that there's a friend nearby, someone who is speaking to you gently. You feel the beast slowly, very slowly, with a promise to return, crawl back into you, but leave the door open.
Oh, thank you, darling. I don't know what came over me. It must be this plague. But thank you for the reassurance. I'm sure we must get out of here. I'm just gonna...
Yeah, soon. I want to check something real quick, though. Check to see if Parrish is okay. I think Mora's doing something with the cameras.
If that's... No, I was just gonna say, I think at that point is around when Parrish walks over and is like, so we should go.
There's still the dealer right in the truck in the Jeep.
Mm-hmm.
Remember? What did you get on your roll, Louisa?
I got 3 successes, no pips, and I rolled with tech.
Okay. You very as soon as you get there, you realize that it's clearly pointed in the direction, and it has seen. You know, it will have kind of picked up some stuff. You quickly dismantle it and realize that the type of camera that it is probably like something that doesn't that is not watched, like it's kind of a camera that's there all the time. And as you approach it and start dismantling it, you realize that it would be feasible to probably come back before the morning. It's probably not going to get checked. The recordings or whatever are not going to get checked until tomorrow, if at all. But dismantling it kind of saves everyone's bacon, and so you make a mental note that you can return if you want later, and you kind of go in, maybe do a break-in and see if you can get the camera. But you manage to definitely prevent it from continuing to see and film what's going on.
Is the drug dealer still in the Jeep?
The drug dealer is still in the Jeep, cowering on the floor, yes.
All right. Well, at this point, Vincent will walk out of the alleyway, fixing himself, and is going to walk straight towards the Jeep.
As you approach, he's in the Jeep, and he's like looking at you like,
open the doors to the Jeep. Sit down in the driver's seat.
you
all coming? As to the rest of the...
Yeah, you guys are them, right?
Claudia,
you guys
Claudia is also going to go, but one of the things that she's going to do while Vincent's distracting him, she wants to do scour secrets to see if she can find any evidence of maybe where the drug came from or any other intel, possibly.
Okay,
maybe Troop is involved.
Yeah, go for that.
So that's a success on my rouse, and then I have to roll intelligence and blood sorcery. So let me do that. And I'm doing a night move because I want more stuff.
Okay. Yeah, you get to add 2. So you know how to add 2 dice on demi-plane?
Yes, I get.
Okay, cool.
6 successes, no pips.
Can you tell me how this power works? Can you read it out and tell me how it works?
Yes. Scour secrets. The user makes a rouse check and then tests intelligence and blood sorcery against the difficulty set by storyteller. And you are able to get any information that is supernaturally concealed or just regularly concealed using your blood to source everything out. And it can be any from like a note or like a letter to a note or encrypted file.
All right. So as you enact this power, call upon your blood, you reach out, you start looking about the Jeep, and there's nothing until you reach down on the floor in front of the driver and pick up his phone. And instinctively, as you pick it up, you know the passcode, and you click it, and then it opens, and you go into his Google Drive, and you check his Google Drive history, his maps, and you realize that tonight, and most nights, he's made trips to the same place for the past few weeks. It's on the South Shore. You know the place. It's called the Magic Palace. It was, up until about a year ago, a casino. It was one of those kind of like cheap, off the strip, slot machines only, coin machines, kind of casino there's a strip club out back, kind of a rundown kind of place, but very gaudy. It was big in the 80s kind of thing. And it's been shuttered for over a year now. And it's on the South Shore in your domain. And he's been there once a night for the past few weeks.
All right. She'll let Vincent do his thing.
Well, I guess we have a destination.
Seems like we do.
And we'll just kind of wait for Mara to jump
Mara,
over the hood of the car and slide
hops in, and as she does, she's muttering to herself. She's like, okay, Aegis dealing with Medusa, it's a very cheesy little thing. As we all know, of course, Perseus, Aegis is, of course, the word for shield. Used his shield in the reflection to kill. It's all very, and she's like muttering this to herself.
Drive as she rants.
I think, Parrish gets in the back seat and like puts an arm around like the drug dealer and just sort of casually is like, should we kill him?
Probably not. Maybe. No.
And he looks at you and he says, you guys are vampires, right?
No, I'm a harpy.
I'm just a very ugly woman.
This trip. And we're gonna end on that. That's too perfect. I was gonna say that you find it strange because you know he's a ghoul, but he appears to be very kind of surprised to see vampires. But that line was way too good. So, on that note, my friends, on that note, we are going to end this little one shot, this little Vampire the Masquerade one bite, as I call them. Thank you so much for being here. We have another one shot coming up, and I said June 9th earlier, but it's June 3rd. On June 3rd, we have another one where we're going to kind of see the follow up to what happened here tonight with a wholly different group of players, and I'll let you guys know kind of what happens to you. But thank you so much, one, to everyone in the chat. You guys are amazing, and as always, thank you so much for being here, for hanging out with us. Really appreciate you. And big thank you to my cast. Also to Varl B. Gem, and to Raven Sarah, our mods, and to Kato for helping also tonight with the modding. Thank you very much. I really appreciate everyone here. And let's go around the table, tell our friends who you are, where they can find you, and what you got cooking, whilst I look for a raid target. Let's go ahead, and as we did earlier, we will begin with the intrepid leader of this bunch, the Charlie to the Dark Angels, Mr. Adrian. And when you are done, please popcorn it over to somebody else.
All right. Well, thank you all for having me. It's been a pure blast to get back into Vampire the Masquerade. My name is Adrian. I go by Sly Sparrow on the internet, whether it be Instagram or X or Blue Sky. I'm an actor, producer, director around the Texas area, and you could follow me on Insta and all of the socials to kind of see what I'm doing next. Got some plays up in the work, some episodes on Crunchy, a couple of things coming up in the works, and yeah, looking forward to finding time to play games. And I am always grateful whenever Bleak comes a knocking and asks if I would like to do something. So I love the collaboration and work. I've never role played with any of you all, so I'm glad to have had a chance to feel blessed to be at this table to really just create a narrative with you guys and girls. So, appreciate you. We'll go on to Louisa.
Hello, everyone. I'm Louisa. I'm on the internet as Louisa Blatt at various places. You can follow me. I am a singer-songwriter, actor, and in my day job, I work in the video game industry. So if you give me a follow on any platform, you can hear more about my various projects. And this is my first time, again, playing with all of you. Had such a blast. Loved dipping my toe back into Vampire. It's been a minute. And yeah, I will pass over to Ava.
Well, hello, my darlings and dearest dears. It's your Madam Ava here. You can find me anywhere at Madam Ava Couture. Right now, currently, my only other game I have on stream is over on the Fusca channel called Echoes of Ruin. It is a D&D 5e campaign where I play a reluctant MILF barbarian. Like, literally, she does not rage. That's how reluctant she is to do any barbarian stuff. And shenanigans are ensuing. Outside of that, just follow me on my socials and you can find out where I am. I'm going to try to spread more glitter onto Folk&Myth very soon, so happy to be back. And last but not least, our darling Will.
Hello, hi, thank you. I'm Will. I was Parish this evening. You can find me on Blue Sky, just Blue Sky these days, at a Will M Scream. You can mostly also find me over at Live in the Apocalypse, which is a not-for-profit ttrpg studio. We make actual play content like streams and podcasts to raise money for nonprofits and aid organizations, currently medical aid for Palestinians. I do too many things over there to list. I co-founded it, but you can catch me over there. Also, this week, I'll be over on Entropy Emporium on Thursday, running God Complex, which is a Girl by Moonlight game about turning the corpses of dead gods into mech suits and fighting space kaiju at the end of humanity. It's very metal. If you enjoyed this, you might enjoy that. And that's it for me for now. There's stuff in the works, but that's all I can talk about right now.
All right, thank you so much. Really appreciate all of you being here. Great to play with you, Eva, again. Great to play with you, Will, again. Great to play with you, Adrian, again. And Louisa, great to finally get to play with you. All your characters are now part of the tapestry of this world, and so we will be seeing them again. in incoming games. So thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate all of you. We're going to raid our good friends over on Wanderer's Haven, who are running their own little game right now. Thanks everyone who hung out. Really appreciate all of you. Wednesday, Miko Zstera is back, and on Friday we got some more vampire action with Demimon, the second of 3 games on Demimon, and we left on a bit of a hangover cliffhanger last time. So come back and check us out. We appreciate all of you, and catch you later. Catch you around the bend, as they say. Ciao.